it's Lindsay and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about how I stay organized during my query process, or really how I organize my agent list. Now, I'm not really like a professional at this, but I have queried or am querying 2 different books. So I feel like I can kind of give you an idea of what works for me. I know I've been really quiet about the whole querying process just because like I don't want to update until I have something to update about. Querying is just so slow. Like they tell you it's going to be slow and then it's December and you've been querying a book since April and things are happening but they're not happening, but it's taking forever. Like I have nothing to update on because everything is so slow. So anyway, when I do finally have something to update on, either I will get an agent or obviously I won't. I will tell you guys what's going on. But for right now, let's just get into the whole organization process. First off, I really quickly want to touch on where to find an agent because I know probably someone will be wondering where I found all of the agents to add to my list. What I first did was I went to my bookshelf and I just looked through all of the books that were in the age category and genre that I was writing a book for. And I turned to the back of the book in the acknowledgement section, and almost like 99% of all authors will leave some kind of thank you to their agent. So I just jotted down all the names, and I think when I got done and went through my whole bookshelf, I had like 88 names. Some of them were repeats because YA publishing is so small that agents will rep a lot of your favorite authors and you won't even know about it until you do some research. And then I went to this really awesome website called agentquery.com. They have a tab on there, I think it's called Who Reps Whom, and it's basically where you can just type in an author's name and it will feed you out a list from A to Z in alphabetical order of their agent's name and agency, and it has a great link. You can just click on it. It was so easy. It was such a great tool and I highly recommend. Another great resource is Twitter. Just go on there, look up your favorite authors, see who they follow. They're usually following a lot of other people in the industry, other authors, agents, editors, publishing houses. It's a wealth of knowledge on there. So definitely if you are looking to traditionally publish a book one day, you need to be on Twitter because that's where everything's happening. And last but not least, podcasts. Now my 2 favorites are 88 Cups of Tea and First Draft Podcast. These 2 always interview authors, agents, editors, publishing houses. And not only is it great to, you know, get your list down, but it's really great to start vetting those agents and seeing which ones are going to be a perfect match for you and which ones maybe aren't. Now I am going to switch to a voiceover in my Excel spreadsheet because that is where I keep all my agent lists and I find it easier to track and organize, especially once the rejections or the requests start coming in. It's just really easy to use a preset cell box thing like that. But I do want to go ahead and link down below my CP Jessica Froberg's channel. She made a great video on how she organizes all of her agent lists. I basically use a modified version of this video organization spreadsheet thing. So definitely go check hers out if you want a more step-by-step intro thing. Alrighty guys, so we are here in the Excel spreadsheet with an example of pretty much exactly like what my actual agent organization spreadsheets for the 2 books I have queried or am querying right now look like. So first thing I want to draw your attention to is up top. I have separated the categories into agent, agency, repped authors. This category right here in D is I have to write down if they like dark stuff or rep YA because it's very important for me to find an agent who not only would like my middle grade but would like other genres and age categories that I want to write in. This obviously can be very catered to you depending on what else you want to write, but I didn't just want an agent who repped middle grade since I don't plan on only writing middle grade the rest of my life. Then we have the manuscript wish list, which is very exciting. This is where you do the research, find out exactly what each and every agent would want and what they're looking for. This section right here can really help with personalizing your query letters because then you can see exactly what each individual is looking for and add it in there, and it'll really get their attention. Next we have sales history. I just use the bad, okay, good, great method. You probably can get a lot more specific with this if you want, especially if you have the publisher's marketplace subscription where you can actually go in and see their sales. So cater that to however you would like. Then we have the submission guidelines. For this, I just use simple QS for query if they want synopsis, the first 10 pages, or if some people want chapters. I also put in little notes if they have all of their submissions done inside of a form instead of an email format, the dates that I send the queries, if they respond to the query, what they say, and if they request, I write down the day that they requested, and then their final response. What I have down here is this section with colors. Now, I color code my entire system just because then it's easy to see at a glance where you're at. So let's say we have already sent one to Miss Cindy Lou, then we are going to color her entire line in with green there, so I know that's sent. Let's say we also send one to Mr. A below. He liked it and he has requested a full, so he is the darker green color, and then of course then I would come back here and say something like, hey, I loved this, send more biatch. Hopefully he doesn't say that. And then you would write in it the date that you send it, and then of course what his response would be at the end. Let's say Morgan has right off the bat just rejected. So we're just gonna go ahead and color her in with the red so we know she's pretty much off the list. Now you can see here this Lyra girl, she also works for A Blow Agency, and we already have sent one to A Blow Agency, and maybe in their agency description they don't allow you to query more than one agent at their agency at a time, so then I would put Lyra on hold, and for me that's yellow. That way I know that when Abe finally maybe rejects, let's say he rejects you, then we could go ahead and send it to Lyra. If I wasn't ready that day to send it out to her, I could put her on the up next category, which for me is the purple. The purple is really helpful if I have, like, obviously this list is going to be much, much longer in reality. Like, you might have up to 50 people in this list, so it's a lot easier when you have that many to see, oh yeah, this purple, this is what's needing to come up next. And then when we finally send it, of course, it would become green. So there you go, you guys. That is exactly how I keep track of all of my agents and my spreadsheets and how I find them. I hope you found this helpful. Let me know how you find or collect information on all of the agents that you want to query one day. I'm always looking to modify my own system. So if you got any great ideas, drop them down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!